Some women out there are selling themselves short, lowering their values to be with men, low value men, low effort men. Why? Here is a story of two different women having 5 to 6 baby daddies. I can't understand that. Let's have a look.
So everybody keep asking me about where's my 6 kids daddy at. Let me let y'all know.
6 kids and 5 different baby daddies. Okay, where are they?
My first baby daddy, which was my first love, and he has transitioned from Tony to Tracy.
You can't make this up.
And he is now living in Atlanta, Georgia, dressed fully as a female. And he does not want to have anything to do with his child.
Okay, baby daddy number 1, Atlanta, Georgia, Tracy, doesn't want anything to do with the kid. The second one?
My second baby daddy was kicked in the chest by a horse. It gave him an instant heart attack and he died.
It's like we had no warm-up to what was going to be of the stories. Baby daddy number 2, unalived by a horse. Okay, number 3.
My third baby daddy, just a deadbeat. I didn't know that he was married, and when I told him I was pregnant, he confessed to her.
And she's going after his wife to pay child support because baby daddy number 3 has no job, but they're married, so you know how that goes. Baby daddy number 4.
My fourth baby daddy decided he wanted to fucking be a pirate.
Again, you can't make this up.
And go rob the boat freights and shit like that. So he is now serving 20 years.
So pirate baby daddy number 4 behind bars for 20 years. The last one.
And my last 2 kids have the same father. And he is 72 years old, living in a nursing home with dementia.
Yo, be so for real.
I have 6 kids and 6 baby daddies, and the question I get all the time is how much child support
6 kids from 6 different baby daddies. I don't think the first question is how much you get in child support. I think the first question is... Never mind.
And potential baby daddy number 7.
6 kids from 6 different baby daddies, and you're planning on having a 7th baby daddy. Okay. Here's baby daddy number 1. Baby daddy number 2.
Vacation in Florida here. I don't know what's up with all these brothers and going to Florida.
These baby daddies are all brothers? Baby daddy number 3, baby daddy number 4, and baby daddy number 5.
Baby daddy number 6 took me to a wedding but never asked for marriage.
I wonder why baby daddy number 6 didn't ask you to marry him.
They all look alike, and I know. I don't have a type, but it's because they're all brothers.
6 kids from 6 different baby daddies, and the baby daddies are all brothers. Okay.
So that makes all of them and my kids sister, brother, uncle, daddy, cousins.
You know what? Be so for real.
That's insane. What? That's a lot, honestly. See, ladies, if you decide to become a baby mama, that's a whole lot of work. Having a baby is a lot of work. Then having 6 babies from different men is too much workload. I understand a good number of women out there are into this baby mama business. It's a business to a good number of women out there. They don't want to do much work. They just want their baby daddies to be supporting them, child support and all that. Some women is a full-blown business to them. And I believe someone that have chosen that path as a business venture should be ready to shoulder whatever stress, struggle that comes her way. But if you're not taking that as a business venture, which I don't even advise anyone to take it as, you'd have to think about your mental health, because having one child is not easy. Talk more of having 6, 7 kids without a present daddy. Fine, you might have the father paying child support, but the father is actually not there because the father is not there 24/7. So the father is not fully present. So only you will have to deal with them kids. That's you torturing yourself. It's torture. I don't see any business stuff there. All I see is torture. Even women that are married with their husband are struggling with their kids. Talk more of someone that is single with 6, 7 kids. Please, if you decide to go through this part, you need to think about it twice. Do proper research so you will be informed on what to expect. Don't just jump into it. It's not a good business idea if you ask me. The next story coming up is an interesting story and it's trending. The lady is a Mexican, and when she did her explanation, she spoke Spanish. I don't understand Spanish. I only know hola, common stars and all them stuff. I don't know much, honestly. So I had to find videos of people that understood what she was saying, so they had to explain it in English. So from my understanding, this lady brought her boyfriend from Mexico to the US So this boyfriend had the effrontery to cheat on her. She internalized it, didn't say much. And what she did was shocking. She took this boy, drove past the US border over to Mexico and dumped him there. Interesting. Let's hear people explain the story in English.
This girl has gone viral because she brought her undocumented boyfriend back to Mexico because he was cheating on her. Here's your update. What had happened was he was cheating on her. They went on vacation. She wanted to retrieve some of the pictures from the vacation, so she went inside his cell phone. All hell breaks loose when she sees pictures of the other girl in his cell phone. She went into the bathroom and she's crying, right? She is heartbroken, but at the same time, it's like the crazy Latina comes out of her and she's like, I gotta get revenge. I can't let him do this to me. He was off the next day. They lived 2 hours away from San Antonio, Texas. So she tells him, listen, why don't we go to Six Flags tomorrow since it's your day off? In her mind, she's thinking, well, we're 2 hours away from San Antonio and we're 2 hours away from Laredo, Texas. But she's thinking, we can't stop anywhere to go to the bathroom or to buy snacks because then he's going to figure things out. So she tells him, let's go buy some snacks and don't worry about driving. You know, it's 2 hours, it's late, you're probably tired from working. On the way there, she's thinking to herself, man, what am I doing? Should I be doing this? Like, I kind of feel bad. And then immediately after that, she reminds herself, no, this MF cheated on me in the worst way possible. I paid a lot of money to bring him here, and I'm going to bring his ass back to Mexico. When she gets to Mexico, Customs stops her. The officer pulls her over, and now they're on the Mexico side. Officially, they're no longer in U.S. soil. So that's when she comes clean and tells him, look, you're going to cheat on me, that's fine, but you're going to have to start from zero. Let me tell you something. Coyotes, they charge thousands for you to bring someone from anywhere. This girl saved her pennies to bring this boy from Mexico. I have heard of stories of getting fired on your day off, but you get dumped on your day off and you get brought back to Mexico on your day off. You literally wake up the next day in a completely different country, a country you don't want to be in. She says that according to her, she found out that he did in fact come back to the US.
Her boyfriend cheated on her, so she took him to Mexico and left him there. So this girl was dating a guy from Mexico who was apparently undocumented. That comes into play later. Anyways, at some point she found out that he was cheating on her with another girl. So instead of confronting him and losing the opportunity to get revenge, she decided to come up with a very clever plan. You see, she told her boyfriend that they were going to Six Flags. So this man was excited, he got his things, he got ready for Six Flags, and he was ready to go. But little did he know, she had no intentions of heading anywhere near Six Flags. Now during this drive, the girlfriend convinced the boyfriend that he should just sleep and let her drive. And he did eventually fall asleep, which was perfect for the girlfriend, because if he was awake, he would have noticed the GPS was set to go straight to the border. You see, while this man was sleeping, she decided to take him up to the border. And by the time he woke up, it was too late. There was no coming back. Now, she did not leave him in Mexico completely empty-handed. She gave him a small amount and basically said, good luck with your new life. Since this boyfriend was actually living with her in her apartment, this entire story kind of shows that you should never bite the hand that feeds you, because they might decide to cut you off.
You guys saw the thing where the girl drove her undocumented boyfriend across the Mexico border? He cheated on her and she told him that they were going to Six Flags. I think they live in San Antonio. And he fell asleep and she drove him right across the Mexico border and left him there. Like, that is something else we have to worry about. My Jamaican men and women, please, me I beg you know, be careful. Yes, him cheat, but Jesus. As a woman, I understand. As an immigrant, that are wickedness. Mighty God. Can you imagine you drop asleep in the US and wake up all the way in Mexico? Never to return unless you gotta jump the border, come back. Cha-cha God.
The guy said, never bite a finger that feeds you. Some men think women are stupid. That's why you see a lot of women speaking against women building men. This is just a clear example of that. When you build them, we end up with another lady. When you must have finished building with them or building them up, later on they will realize you're not a dream girl. Oh, I don't want to be with you. Or I have someone else I'm interested in. A lot of men are ingrates. Men are selfish, programmed to be selfish. I'm pretty sure that guy knew he wasn't into that lady. He didn't want to be with her, but he was just using her as a ladder. A good number of men are that way, especially in this our current generation. Men are gold diggers. Men are the ones digging the gold. Some men intentionally go out there to look for women that are well-to-do, women that are striving, women that are thriving, women that have money, to get into a relationship with them so those women can uplift them. Once they've gotten to their destination, they will abandon that woman and hop on to the next woman. So be very careful when you're out there assisting a man. Imagine this lady going all the way to Mexico to move this guy over to the US, and he has the audacity to cheat on her. It's crazy. Just be careful out there.
You know how heartbreaking it is for a husband to look at his wife and not see a wife and to see a mother?
You know how heartbreaking it is for a woman to only be seen as a mother? Because you just explained how your wife lost her identity and you're more concerned with the ways that affected you. But you have to understand this is not something she did to you. This is something that happened to her. Trust me, your wife did not want to be your mother. She wanted you to parent your children and act like a husband. But you started seeing her as a mother when you stopped cleaning up after yourself. And you only saw her as a mother because you never gave her the time to be anything else. You obviously resented her for not being the woman you married, but she may have lost herself trying to be everything that you and your children needed her to be. Her personality had been replaced with exhaustion, and you used how quickly she sank as an excuse for you to stray. You can try and justify cheating however you want, but the truth is that when she lost herself, you chose to find someone else instead of helping her find who she used to be. You had the effort to give, and you gave it to someone who wasn't your wife.
Most women see men as disposable.
We don't view men as disposable. We're just realizing that misery doesn't have to be permanent. And these guys can't even make up their mind, because one second they're saying we're treating men like they're disposable, and the next second they're faulting us for staying with the wrong one too long. But to treat someone like they're disposable means you never even cared to begin with. And that's what bothers me about this video. So many women stay in bad relationships long after they should have walked away because they don't want to throw away the man they fell in love with. But they can if they choose to. And that's why you're seeing so much male anger directed at female independence. We no longer need a man, so we get to choose whether or not we want one. So most of the frustration you're seeing isn't with women, it's with women having a choice. Because if we don't need you for survival, you don't just have to get a woman, you actually have to keep one.
When a man is talking to you, you got to listen to him 3 times. You hear me? Let me tell you. 1, listen to what he is saying. 2, listen to what he is not saying. And then 3, this is the biggest one. Listen to the jokes he's making. The things that he just say and then laugh. At the end, listen to them. I remember a few years ago, well, many years ago, I was dealing with a guy. And one day we had this big argument because I went through his phone, I think, and I saw that he was talking to someone. And I telling him, you cheating on me with this woman, you cheating on me with this woman. And he was like, no, it's not as serious, nothing like that, boom, boom. And I carrying on at a rate. Anyhow, I guess when I calmed down and we started to talk normal, jokingly, he said to me, but you stressing about she's the least of your worries, ha ha ha. And I laugh because it was a joke. It was a joke, right? She was the least of my worries. Tell me why about a month or 2 months after, I found out who should have been the most of my worries, because the other girl, the woman, really was the least of my worries. They had a whole other person who was literally my worries. But when he said it, I said he minded joking, he minded joking, he minded telling me the truth. And I just scared him teeth like a jackass when he said it. Pay attention to the jokes these men does make with you, because the truth, there's somewhere in between them.
The man said, do you know how heartbreaking it is for a man to look at the wife? Instead of him seeing a wife, he's seeing a mother. Who should we blame? The woman or the man? You obviously turned her into your mom. You gave her a baby and she's taking care of the baby. You gave her yourself as a big baby. She's taking care of you. And then you expect her to always appear sexy, look sumptuous for your own eyes, your own gaze, and your own sexual satisfaction. How selfish can someone be? Men are synonymous to selfishness. Their next name should be selfish beings, because they are very selfish. All they think about is themselves. That's why you have a good number of men going out there to cheat. Oh, my wife doesn't dress well, so all you think about is the benefit, what you can get from the woman. You milk her dry. When she's no longer looking appealing to you, you hop onto the next woman. This is just men exposing themselves because they see women as objects. They see women as objects. If you feel like your wife is no longer the person you used to know, what stops you from assisting her with the house chores and helping her have time for herself so she can go back to how she used to be? But you think the best thing to do is to hop to the next woman that is looking sumptuous and sexy for you to have sex with. Men are impossible. The other man talking about women think men are disposable. A lot of men are pained because women have made them realize that. That's the truth. Gone are the days where women will stay put in a toxic relationship, in a toxic marriage. Over time, men have come to the realization that they're not as important as our ancestors made them feel in the past. These days, women have options: option to leave, option to end the relationship, option to be by themselves, option to find another man, and men cannot take it. That's why they are taking out their hatred, their anger on women that are pushing the feminism movement, because they understand that with feminism comes empowerment, and with empowerment comes independence, and they don't want that for women. Men are very selfish.
Okay, this is a warning not just for women, but for men. This past Saturday, my boyfriend and I met a couple of friends of ours for dinner at a Round Rock Mexican restaurant. It's in the Austin, Texas area. We got there, I went to go wash my hands. He ordered drinks while I washed my hands. When I got back, he left the table to wash his hands, and the waitress handed me a beer and a margarita. She assumed the margarita was for me. I don't drink liquor, I just drink beer. Everybody that knows me knows that. She was very persistent that the margarita was for me. She said, "This is yours." I said, "No, it's for my boyfriend. The beer's mine." She said, "No, this is yours. Drink it." And I said, "No, I do not drink liquor. This is for my boyfriend." She said, "No, this is for you. Drink it." She said it about 3 to 4 times, and even the couple we were with were all like, "What is going on?" Most waitresses don't care, you know, who the order is for, as long as you just put it on the table. But she was very persistent. Long story short, my boyfriend can handle his liquor. After the first margarita, he was drunk, and he said, "Babe, you gotta drive. I can't drive." And I said, "That's fine." When we left the table, he was walking like a zombie. We still went out to a bar downtown to look at an 80s band, and he was out of it the whole night that we cut the night early. We came home. The next day, I thought he had a hangover. He said, "No, I was drugged. There is no hangover here. I was drugged." We called the police department in Round Rock. We told them the situation. They are going to start investigating it. We went to the emergency room. He got a toxicology exam. It came out negative, clean. The ER doctor and the police officer said that if it was something synthetic, it won't come out in the toxicology exam. There are so many synthetic drugs out there that people use to lace the drinks, and they know what they're doing because it doesn't come out on the test. It's just so many out there. So just be aware. I assume this could happen at a bar to women. Obviously, it's happening now in restaurants. So please be aware. If you're at a restaurant, this is what I'm going to do from now on. I am literally going to talk to the manager and tell him that I literally need to see the bartender either open the drinks or make the drinks right in front of me. You always do that at a bar, but not at a restaurant where you think it's safe. So just be aware, this is very dangerous. Had I taken that drink, my boyfriend's a bigger guy. Had I taken that drink and I would have been out with girls or with my mom, who knows what would have happened. I would have had to pull over, and a Apparently a good Samaritan could have stopped and helped us, and then that's when things could have happened. I think the bartender and the waitress were in it. So please be aware, stay safe, be vigilant.
I had to play that video because it's informative and it's very important. Yeah, people are out there listing people's drinks, spiking up people's drink. I've experienced this before, and unfortunately it happened in a Spanish bar. Yeah, just a glass of wine, and it felt like I was drunk, sleepy, dizzy, everything. I just thank God for that day, honestly. At first I was just having coke on the rocks, and then okay, let me just have a glass of wine. It came from the bartenders, and the bartenders were ladies, Spanish ladies. So you just have to be careful. Things are happening out there, just be careful. If you love to watch more videos, click this video to see how men fake personalities in relationships just to be with women, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye bye.